Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Felicia Thames. I'm the principal here at Prairie View Elementary School, and we are so excited that you are here today. Today you will hear some great information about what to expect at Prairie View, and we are excited to welcome your preschooler and soon-to-be kindergartner to our building. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I just want to start off by thinking about our school mission. It means so much to us, and one of the things that we continuously refer back to as we think about working with each student. Our mission of Eden Prairie Schools is to inspire each student to learn continuously so that they are empowered to reach personal fulfillment and contribute purposefully to our ever-changing world. Why do parents and staff love Eden Prairie Schools? Well, I might be a little biased because my children attend our school. So I know firsthand the experience that they get to have as they enter the school. Our teachers are outstanding. The families in this community are amazing. And the experience that your child will have at school is one that will live on as a strong memory for them for years to come. We have outstanding parent approval, 98% rating on our teacher quality. Our teachers do an amazing job and are really looking to personalize the learning for each student. And further in the presentation, I'll get into that. From our third-party survey results, we have continued to get wonderful results. 100% report receiving a warm welcome when they enter school. We make sure myself and the associate principal greet each child as they walk into the building each day. A 98% overall quality of education rating, quality of rating of district technologies and resources. Each student has an opportunity to have an iPad. Starting at kindergarten, obviously we limit the amount of access for our younger students, but really make sure that they have the necessary tools and resources to be successful in our school environment. 97% of our families say they receive a good value on their investment in our schools. 95% of parents have never considered moving their students out of Eden Prairie schools, and 95% of our parents say that they trust EP to do what's right. And I think one of the things you'll find with our community is that we're responsive to parents. If there's something that you're experiencing, we want you to call and say, hey, Mrs. Thames, this is what's happening with my child, or this is what I'm needing. Really communicating with us so that we can ensure that your child has the best experience here at our school. We are also proud to share that we are the only straight A district from our niche reporting on our academics, teachers, clubs and activities, with our administration, food, our diversity, the way that we are prepping students K through 12 to be ready for college, with our health and safety, sports, and resources. So we continue to strive for the best. We don't just say because we have an A+ rating that's an A rating that's it. We continually strive for excellence. So I want to tell you a little bit about some of the opportunities that we have here. We have one of the widest varieties of academics and art and athletics and music options in the state. Typically when it's not a COVID year, we have a choir that students are able to participate in. We have a number of after-school activities, chess club. There's a couple of our teachers actually invite authors into the building, typically, or now in a COVID environment. They're streaming online so that students have an opportunity to see that they're authors. A variety of activities that we do with students. So if there's something that your child is interested in, even at the kindergarten level, where we share that with families, and if there's something that we don't have, I encourage you to ask, is this something that you'd consider? Because it is important that your child has a good experience with us. I had mentioned a little bit about personalized learning, and again, Eden Prairie continues to exceed state standards in all of our core subject areas. We are student-centered, really looking at what does each individual student need. Our teachers meet on a weekly basis in what are called professional learning communities to really look at where our students are and where they need to go next. That happens weekly. The individual attention that your child will receive in kindergarten is wonderful. We have kindergarten paras that are in each of the classrooms. We have some of the lowest classroom sizes in the West Metro area. So in kindergarten and first grade, our class sizes are 20 students or less. The other thing to note is that there is free breakfast for our kindergarten students. A lot of families don't know that. So that's also an option for your family. I think one of the things that we constantly think about, especially when you have your kindergartner entering a system for the first time, is, oh my gosh, are they going to get the attention that they need? Maybe, they cry when they come into school, so what, what are the things that, as a parent, you just have that worry of, is everything going to be okay for my child? And so one of the things that we do is just make sure right away, when the kids walk in on that first day, making sure that they know how to get to their class, making sure that they know that we love and care about them. And I think our small class sizes really have an impact on being able to provide that individual attention that students need. In addition to that, we do have kindergarten paras that are in the classroom during the day, so they come in and work with students along with the classroom teacher to ensure that our students, our kindergarten students, are getting the individual attention and personalized learning that they need. One of the things that we have to continually think about is being prepared, especially in a COVID model. And so we don't know that if next year we'll still be in the model that we're currently in. We also have to continuously be thinking about the safety of our students in a pandemic. And so just want you to know that regardless of whether we're in person or distance learning or hybrid, that we are prepared for your child to be at school. And if by chance you decide, you know what, I'm not sure that that's the right environment for my child to be in school, we do have the new EP Online option that's available to families as well. There's a number of safety precautions that we've taken to ensure that students are safe. We've made sure that every student is 6 feet away in every classroom. We've potted students so they're not interacting with, other groups of students. It's really just their class. Really making sure that students understand through our positive behavior interventions and support program, how to wear a mask, the importance of washing their hands. Because as soon as they walk in the building, after we've taken their temperature, they're washing their hands in their classroom. And we created videos for students this year so that they would understand what to do, making sure that we do temperature checks on every student that enters our building. And because of the diligence here at school, and also for parents, you guys have been wonderful in terms of making sure if your kid has the sniffles or whatnot, asking the questions, does my kid come to school or not? And so that has really helped us with our mitigation processes around COVID-19. And so just wanting to let you know that we do have the proper procedures in place to help our students, even in the lunchroom. They each sit at their own table. I know that's so sad. They sit at their own table, but we didn't put desks in there. We at least put tables in there so they could feel like it's a cafeteria and they're actually getting that lunchroom experience. So there's some adjustments that we've had to make, but I think, even with my own child, just making sure that things are safe for each student as they enter our doors. So just want to tell you a little bit more about Prairie View. It is such a unique school, and I have to be biased. This is my 16th year in the district. I've had an opportunity to be at a couple of different schools as a teacher, as a dean, as an administrator, and I think Prairie View is one of the most amazing places that your child would have the experience to be. There's several different things that we do here to really help students get acclimated to the school environment, especially as kindergartners. And one of the things that we do is really try to be proactive through our positive behavior interventions and supports. And so one of the things that we start the school year off with is showing students that it is so important to be safe, to be responsible, and to be kind. Students have an opportunity to be recognized when we catch them doing something good, we want to let them know, like, here's what we saw you doing well, and we want to recognize you for that. So students have an opportunity to earn Eagle Pride tickets, and we continuously reinforce what it means to be safe, to be responsible, and to be kind. And over the years, since we have implemented our PBIS strategies, we continuously see behavioral numbers going down with our students, that students understand, because we're proactively teaching them what school looks like and what they should do, that, we really don't see a lot of behavioral issues within the building. And I think the proactive approach with our Eagle Pride and PBIS has played a large part in that. What's unique about Prairie View is we are a mosaic building. So there are 2 schools within the district that are mosaic, Eden Lake and Prairie View. And our mosaic program takes students, the top 2% of students across the district, and they have an opportunity to get gifted and talented services all day long by a certified gifted and talented teacher. That is a little different than our KEY program, which is takes students typically in the 96th percentile and above, and they're able to have about 30 to 45 minutes of time with that gifted enrichment with a gifted and talented teacher. So our mosaic program starts in 3rd grade, and it's 3rd through 6th grade. And then we have our highly gifted students receiving our KEY program as well, and that starts in 2nd grade. If your child happens to come in and as a kindergarten, maybe they're already reading, maybe they are, in math, they're really showing that, that they have, some high skills in the area of math, then our gifted and talented teacher sometimes will do some groups, if there's groups of kiddos that are performing higher than their peers, so that we're really personalizing the learning for those students. And then we also want to show students that it's not just about our school, that we have, that it's important to reach out to our community. And so we do that through our service learning projects that we've done over the years. We have donated to Prop. Last year we did blankets. This year we're thinking about what we can do for our seniors in our community with COVID-19 going on. Also our veterans, our students are writing letters to our veterans in just a few weeks. We have Veterans Day coming up. So we really also try to teach the importance of giving back to community, and those are some of the ways that we do that. Our PTO is absolutely wonderful, completely dedicated, works so well with both staff and families within Prairie View. And so one of the things that I think is really important as a new kindergarten parent coming in is really to get involved. Get involved, come have lunch. When we don't have COVID, you can come and have lunch, in the cafeteria, but come and have lunch with your kid, join in on the playground, join our PTO, come to the meetings. One of the things our PTO has done a wonderful job about is really trying to think about what is it that families need so that they can attend the meetings. They've done some evening meetings, they've done meetings in the morning, and now with COVID, we have Zoom, which has been wonderful. So if you don't have the time, or you don't actually have to physically be in the building, obviously, you can just join on virtually, which has been helpful. Really helped with our carnival, getting that together, helped to organize our booster-thon. This year we raised $21,000, even in a pandemic. Can you imagine that? But because of their efforts, we've been able to do a number of things for our students. We have an outdoor classroom, which has been available. They pay for our field trip busing, so families don't have to incur that cost. We're one of the buildings that has aeroponics and aquaponics, so students get an opportunity to learn about, how do we grow things in water? What is that like? How do we grow things without water? So they get that opportunity to learn about aeroponics, aquaponics, and sustainability within our world. They help sponsor our leveled library, STEM projects, playground, which is amazing. We just got a brand new playground last year, and what was awesome is that our students got to pick out a majority of the equipment. So we had them vote on, what they wanted, and really saw that come to fruition. So if you're ever actually visiting the building, you can check out our playground. It's absolutely wonderful. So I encourage you to get involved in our PTO. And even if you're not able to get involved in our PTO, just to be a part of what we're doing in our building. Join in on some of the activities where some of the teachers have the families come in and be a part of that. We welcome you into the building, and we want you to be a part of our school environment. The DNR come out and do ice fishing with our kindergartners, which has been awesome. I know My son had an opportunity to do that as a kindergartner and had never gone ice fishing before. So some of those activities where they get to, go ice fishing or learn about, the macro and micro invertebrates that are in the pond, and do exploring on their own. Those are some of the activities that we encourage. We're also focused on the 4 C's. We want our students to be ready for the 21st century. And so when I say the 4 C's, we're really talking about creativity, collaboration, critical thinking, and communication. We know that those soft skills are so important for our students and is part of what we add into the curriculum to ensure that our students have that. We have an amazing, dedicated staff. I can't tell you how much they are continuously thinking about ways to improve instruction, looking at each student individually, whether they are struggling, they're thinking about what do I need to put in place for those students. If they're in the middle, where do I need to take those students next? And if they're already understanding the content area, what am I doing to challenge the student in this area? And we pay very, very close attention to that. So I think when we talk about personalized learning, you will really be able to see that within the classroom when your child attends Prairie View. There are no more than 20 students within a classroom, that we have kindergarten pairs that are in the classroom throughout the day to give some additional assistance. We have the free breakfast for our kindergartners. That's, whether we're in COVID or not, students have that option. Typically, we have about 755 students in our building. And with COVID, that's been reduced to about 553 students this year. We're typically a K to 6 building, but next year we'll be a pre-K to 5th grade building, as our 6th graders will be moving on to the middle school. 2021 will be the first year that we have our little eagles here at Prairie View. One of the things that you realize, it's one less transition that students have to make, and they are able to see, oh, this is what we do at school, which just prepares them that much more. I think the other thing to think about as a parent is just the continuity in terms of instruction and academics for your child. So now that we're able to partner, that we will be able to partner with preschool, we'll be able to track and see, okay, what were the things that they were learning in preschool that now when they're a kindergartner that we can continue to build on academically. And so I think the preschoolers coming here is definitely going to be a win-win for us. We have our school-age care program, which is called Eagle Zone, and that happens in the morning and in the afternoon after school. There's a number of planned activities, including outdoor activities and gym time. They do drawing stations, arts, crafts, different STEM projects with students. Students can play different games, and it's really an opportunity for those students to get to know other students within our building. We usually hold it in the cafeteria or in the gym. With COVID right now, we are keeping those students potted, so it looks a little bit different, and it could still look like that next year where it's potted, but the same activities are still occurring. Our Eagle Zone program starts at 6:30 a.m. until the start of school, and this year our start of school is 9:45. And then after school, at the end of the day, students can participate in Eagle Zone till 6 o'clock, so after school until 6 p.m. at a rate of $15.75 per session. It's a flexible scheduling, so you as a parent get to go in and set your schedule for the days that you want your student to come before or after school. And we do have some financial assistance that's available for families as well. With Eagle Zone, children of all abilities are welcome. There are also non-school days, so on the days when we don't have school, you can sign up for those days, and they have activities for students. Typically in a non-COVID year, do different field trips and stuff that we take students to. There's breakfast available, so if you're dropping your child off early in the morning, they will have breakfast. They also provide snacks for students as well. And embedded in all of that are our safety and security procedures as well. So we have locks on all of our doors. And then, for Eagle Zone, currently they're coming in through a different door, but they have to follow the same safety precautions that we would have if, there was an adult entering the building to pick up their child. It's really important. If you haven't had a chance to register, you can do your registration online. You're going to want to have a proof of your child's age with a birth certificate, proof of your address, your immunizations, and then make sure to do your childhood screening. If you haven't done your early childhood screening, it would be best to do that as soon as possible. The childhood screening is free, and it is required by the state of Minnesota before students enter our doors. So you can set up a free appointment by going to edenpr.org/EC screening, or you can call 952-975-6940 to set up that time. So they prefer to do in person because they're really able to see what the student can and can't do, but there also is virtual options as well. So I want to encourage you to come to our additional kindergarten events. So this is our first of 3 events that we do during the school year. Our next one will be January 25th. We'll be talking more about the kindergarten day and what to expect. So today was just kind of a general overview. We will get a little more granular in January, letting you learn a little bit more about the kindergarten day. We'll have more of our kindergarten teachers that will be able to provide you with more specifics on what to expect. That'll be an opportunity for you also to be able to ask some questions that you may be wondering at this time. May 17th, we'll also have fun activities for the incoming kindergarten students where they'll be able to, learn a little bit more about our building. We'll see where we are with COVID at that time to determine exactly what that'll look like. And then in August, we have what's called Kinder Camp. And Kinder Camp is an opportunity for students to get a feel for what kindergarten is like by actually coming into the building and experiencing kindergarten for a half day with our kindergarten teachers, kind of learning where things are in the building and how things work. So when they come in, it's just one more step that we take to ensure that our kindergarten students feel comfortable entering the building. So I just want you to have another opportunity to get a feel for Prairie View from the lens of our teachers and from our students. So at this time, I'm going to have you watch this short video.
I love the teachers that we have. They teach me very important things and they teach it in a fun way.
My teachers are really funny and they challenge us, and if we're not getting something, they could help us.
A lot of the students here are super kind and they include everyone.
Prairie View is very much a reflection of what our world is. We have got a lot of different faces, a lot of different cultures, a lot of different backgrounds. And with that, we do extremely well with how we really build a community, not only in the classroom, but as a school building. It's a very inviting place, and it's a place where you want to be.
It's a really good, diverse community, great academics, wonderful teachers. They're supportive and encouraging. They push our children, challenge them, but support them at the same time.
What we really enjoy is the ability to have the large school capacity and have that small, close-knit feeling.
The teachers have a way of really seeing what each one of my kids needed specifically. My daughter, she's kind of a higher level learner, and so they've done things to kind of push that and help her be advanced and help her at her own level.
I want to build a very open relationship with the parents of my students, where we both are focused on the same thing, and that's their child being successful, feeling good, strong about what they're doing. We're here to help you and to support you and to support your child.
Students come to school every day, whether they're in kindergarten or in 6th grade. They know that every teacher is there for them to help them learn. Because truly, especially at Prairie View, we envelop every student.
I like how all the teachers are super kind and helpful, and if one person is ahead of everyone else, the teacher would give them extra stuff to do.
We try to do as many things as we can to give the students hands-on experiences.
In 4th grade, students get to experience aquaponics.
Through aeroponics and aquaponics, they're able to learn the process of growing plants without soil, and they even eat the food that they grow. And the students have really enjoyed this.
Eden Prairie Schools asks both the students and the staff to do their personal best. It's a high expectation.
What we want is kids to be curious. I want them to be excited about learning. And if they can come into the classroom and be excited to be here, I think we've accomplished exactly what we want to do.
Learning is their job. There's a better tomorrow in there for them. They're going to not only be stronger in the workforce, but they're likely to be stronger in the community and just as people.
So if you have any questions about the presentation today or anything kindergarten related, you can contact me directly by calling 952-975-8800. You can also email epeaglespv@edenpr.org. And if you're still wondering, I just want to get a feel for, what the building's like or look at a classroom, we are scheduling tours, so you can schedule a tour by going to edenpr.org/tour. Currently, we are limited to before and after school hours due to our essential visitors policy with regard to COVID, but you can always call and set up that time. I'd be more than happy to provide you with a tour. I just want to thank you for being here today. And before we leave, I want you to have one more opportunity for your child to experience what kindergarten might possibly be like. So if you have a minute, go ahead, grab that preschooler, soon-to-be kindergartner, and pop them on your lap and enjoy a wonderful story. Miss McGrain, one of our kindergarten teachers, will be reading Franklin Goes to School. So have your kindergartner, we're going to call them kindergartners because they're almost kindergartners, have them join you and listen to a wonderful story.
Hello, boys and girls. I am Mrs. McGrain from Prairie View Elementary in Eden Prairie here. I'm one of 3 kindergarten teachers at the school, and we are so glad that you are here today. I am going to read you a story about my friend Franklin the turtle. And I just want you to know that we are so excited to have you come to school next fall and looking forward to seeing you and your smile. Here we go. The name of the story is Franklin Goes to School. Franklin could count by 2s and tie his shoes. He could zip zippers and button buttons. But Franklin was worried about starting school. And that was a problem because Franklin was going to school for the very first time. Franklin woke up with the sun. "It's my first day of school," he told Goldie his fish. Franklin packed his new pencil case with a ruler, a pencil, an eraser, and 12 colored pencils that he had sharpened all by himself. Then he woke up his parents. "Hurry," he said to his parents. "I could not be late for school." Franklin's mother looked at the clock. "Even the teacher is not awake, honey," she laughed. "It is too early." "You must be very excited," said Franklin's father. Franklin nodded. It was so early that there was time to make a big breakfast. "You'll need a full tummy to work at school," said Franklin's father. But Franklin was not hungry. "I already have a full tummy," he said. "It feels like it's full of jumping frogs." Franklin's mother gave him a hug. "I felt that way on my first day of school too, but the funny feeling will go away." Franklin ate a little bit. He double-checked his book bag, and finally, it was time to go to school. Halfway to the bus stop, Franklin clutched his tummy. "I don't want to go," he said. Franklin's father gave him a hug. "That's how I felt when I started school," he said. "Look, all your friends are waiting for the bus." There was a big crowd at the bus stop. There were brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers. Beaver was carrying her favorite book. "I can read it," she said. "All of it?" asked Bear. "Yes," she answered proudly. Franklin rubbed his tummy. Rabbit pulled out a brand new notebook. "My big sister showed me how to write all my numbers," he said. "All of them?" asked Fox. "Most of them," boasted Rabbit. Franklin looked at his mother. "I want to go home," he said. "We will be here after school to hear all about the things you did at school today," she said. When the bus arrived, Rabbit grabbed his sister's hand and climbed aboard. Bear stood on the steps and waved goodbye again and again. Franklin hugged his mother, then his father. He kept hugging even after his friends had all found seats on the bus. As the bus pulled away, Franklin looked out the window. He didn't know if he was ready for school. "Do you think the teacher will yell?" wondered Rabbit, who jumped at loud noises. "Do you think there's a bathroom at school?" asked Beaver, fidgeting in her seat. "I hope somebody has an extra snack," said Bear. He already ate his. Franklin did not say anything. The bus ride seemed very, very long. When they arrived, their teacher was waiting. Mr. Owl said hello in a gentle voice. He showed them where to hang their coats and where to sit. He showed them where to find the bathroom and offered everyone a piece of fruit. Then Beaver and Bear went to the Reading and Writing Center. Rabbit went to the play kitchen, but Franklin stayed in his seat. What would you like to do today, Franklin? Asked Mr. Owl. I don't know, said Franklin, rubbing his tummy. I cannot write all the numbers like Rabbit can, and I cannot read like Beaver either. Rabbit and Beaver will learn new things at school, and so will you. Franklin started to doodle. I can see that you are a very good artist, said the teacher. Franklin sat up taller. I know all my colors too, he said. What color is this? Asked Mr. Owl, holding up a colored pencil. It's a special blue, said Franklin. It's called turquoise. Well, now you have taught me something, said Mr. Owl. Is there something special you would like to learn? There were so many things Franklin wanted to learn that he had trouble deciding. Finally, he asked Mr. Owl to help him read his favorite book. Franklin made a building of blocks. He sorted the money in the classroom store, and he painted 4 pictures, one for the teacher, one for himself, and one for his mom, and one for his dad. It was a wonderful day. Franklin sat at the back of the bus all the way home. He bumped up and down. He got so busy having fun that he almost forgot to get off at his bus stop. His parents were waiting. How's your tummy? They asked. Franklin looked puzzled. It had been such a good day that he had forgotten all about his jumpy tummy. My tummy is empty, he said. That's a feeling that will go away too, said Franklin's father. I made this for you, said Franklin's mother, and she gave Franklin his favorite snack, fly pie. And I made these pictures for you too, said Franklin, and he gave his parents the 2 pictures and 2 big hugs. The end. Franklin goes to school. Boys and girls, we can't wait to see you at Prairie View next fall when you come to visit us for kindergarten, and know that you will have a wonderful time learning lots of many new things. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining in on this meeting today. I look forward to sharing the next session, which will be in January, and hope that Prairie View will be the place that you choose for your kindergartner to be next year. Take care, and we'll see you in January.